Hey, everybody, and welcome to a show full of and absolutely about nothing at all.
What? Say anything.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just going to sit here and say nothing for like an hour and a half or something.
Well, you want to make sure it's, there's nothing in it.
Right. So what we'll do is we'll stay quiet for the whole show, and then that way there's nothing in it.
Yeah, and then that will confuse the algorithm because they won't know how to,
But we have the live chat on the screen, so there's still something in it. It's not truly nothing.
Okay, everybody, stop watching now. They all went away.
Oh, they're back. Okay. Hello.
They're only hiding behind the curtains, pretending.
Yeah.
Switching the lights off, pretending they're not in.
Yeah. It's like pulling the curtain back to find Oz, and all you see is some guy with holes in his underwear. It's not good.
What are you doing looking into my my room?
I once knew a guy, and he said when we were hanging out, just partying one day, he said, "How come underwear always rips right at your butt?" And I said, "Well, that's probably because you do a lot of digging." I was like, I didn't know how to answer that. It's just
digging for what?
Yeah, just like maybe you take longer cleaning up, or because how do you end up with so much friction that you always end up with holes in your underwear at your butt? It's because you're scratching at it all the time. Doesn't that make sense?
No, it's usually because your underwear is 30 years old and it's finally given away.
One day you put them on and all you have is a waistband, and the rest is just threads on the floor. I don't know.
I've got that. I've got some of that. You still go, I've got a couple of years in that.
Yeah. I have a sweater that's older than my son Felix, and it's literally starting to turn back to thread, except now it's weak and shitty thread, right? But you could almost recycle it by putting it through like a wheel and doing that whole thing again or whatever,
Yeah. Or just plant it, or just turn into cotton plants again.
Yeah, I hope it holds the blue dye. That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be weird? Like you got, if you have potatoes and you keep potatoes too long, and the little eyes start to grow and roots come out.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if that happened with clothes.
Yeah,
or your cotton clothing just started budding.
Yeah, this is my row of Adidas here. You can see we've got shirts and shorts just coming into bud. That'd be interesting.
Well, that's where the choo tree comes from, isn't it?
Well, in an indirect way, you got the whole rubber tree thing, but I think it's all synthetic now, isn't it?
Well, it's a tree full of condoms.
Roll on hoods. Get them while they're hot. So,
excuse me, I'm really belchy tonight.
Oh, okay. I just recently watched what's his name? Neo from The Matrix, Keanu Reeves. I just watched his documentary-like series on Braun GP, the 2009 Formula One season, where this sort of brand new team that had been saved at the last minute from going out of business, Honda was leaving and blah, blah. So,
wait, is Keanu Reeves really into F1 or something?
He loves racing and the whole bit. He's big into it. Yeah, he's a real bike guy. He had a bike company that I think went bankrupt, but he had it, Yeah.
How come he could have a bike company that went bankrupt? Put his name on it. What did he?
He didn't put his name on it. It was called Arc or something, and because they had this slightly arch design or arch, and it's just
It was a stupid bike.
I think he just literally was somebody that gave money to somebody else who actually did it all, and it was just I'm a part of it now. But
You do get these movie stars that do that, where they just like to try to finance something else. So so when all their income dries up, they got something else. But anyway, we weren't talking about that.
Yeah. So this is the story of when Ross Brawn, who had just done multiple world championships in a row with Ferrari, left, joined Honda. Honda in 1 year decided that's it, we're done. And they were going to leave 800 people out of work, just shut down this big factory, the whole 9 yards. So Ross Brawn led a management buyout, and they bought the team for £1 And the Japanese dude who did the deal with them still has the pound to this day. It's like a thing for him, right? But
End it.
yeah. And they had to lay off half the staff. They had almost no money, but in the end, they won the fucking world championship, both for the driver and the constructor. It's just a Cinderella story. It's awesome. But in this documentary, James Vowles, who is now the team principal over at Williams, another historic racing team, was being interviewed, and he was saying, at times we were just like looking at this pile of bits we had to make cars, and it's worn out and it's old stuff, and some of it shouldn't have been on the car, but we had no choice. We just built the best cars we could and tried to get it done. And that was the same year when a rear spring came off the car and smashed into Felipe Massa's helmet, and he had to have like brain surgery and whatnot. And he did come back to racing, but it was a big deal. And when in the beginning of the documentary, when they say, oh yeah, we were just shoestringing it for parts, we barely made it through the season. And then later on, they cover when Massa takes the spring to the head and is rushed to hospital and almost dies. I put it together. I'm like, you're admitting the car was basically unsafe for the track at times, and here we are. A spring came off your car and hit Massa. I've been wondering ever since this Keanu Reeves story, Brawn, the impossible Formula One, whatever it's called. I've been wondering if there was going to be any legal action over this, because it almost is admitting it's kind of their fault. Now, I hate to put a stain on it because it's one of the fairy tale seasons of Formula One. I loved it so much. I was cheering Jensen Button on at every corner. It was awesome. I loved it. And I would hate to see it get tainted by that,
Yeah, it's an odd question because, let's face it, Formula One driving isn't safe.
No, not even now.
No. Yeah, they do everything they can to keep the driver safe. But does that actually does that travel through to other drivers? Is there a concern for that?
There was heavy legal action back in 94 when Ayrton Senna was killed in a Williams car. And people were accusing the Williams team of making parts too light and not safe enough to try to have an advantage and all this. And it was really dicey, and Williams won, but had they lost, I don't think we would even have Formula One right now, because once there's liability for the fact that somebody's willing to put their life on the line to go racing. As soon as there's a liability attributed to a team, nobody would ever do it again, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you go back to the 60s in Formula One, I don't think there was a season where they didn't have at least one death.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not being funny either, but people like to watch a bit of a mashup on the track anyway, don't they?
Yeah, but it's one thing to watch touring car racing, because when they have those big crashes, they're in big roll cages and the car looks destroyed, but they're in a survival cell that's safe. Now, in Formula One, they are as well, but it's an open cockpit car, right? And back in the 60s, the tubs weren't survival cells in Formula One cars. They were death traps, right?
They're not that much better now. They're still pretty much death traps, aren't they?
If you watch some of the more modern crashes, there's times when you see this car flip and go against the wall and it just explodes explodes and there's parts everywhere. And you're like, holy shit, this is going to be a big one. And dude crawls out of the car and waves to the crowd. And you're like, that's how? It's unbelievable how safe those cars are now. But even still,
transport technology, they beam him out and then put him back in again.
Yeah. It's all based in Star Trek. But even still, we have had fatal racing incidents in modern memory.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, especially if you go back to the very, very early days, and it's like you're stepping into a death trap, racing against other death traps with a fucking death wish on your life. It's surprising. I mean, they didn't care, and they didn't care. They still did it anyway. That is the amazing part of it.
Niki Lauda almost died on track. He was in a fire. He literally inhaled flames. There was like a couple of people that pulled over to help, but there in the earlier days of Formula One, somebody would die on track and the race would just keep going.
I was talking beyond for Formula One. The 20s and 30s. Yeah,
but Niki Lauda, who brought that up in the chat there? Robert Lockhart there. Yeah, Lauda almost died. They gave him the last rites in the hospital and the whole bit. And I think it was 3.5 weeks later, 4 weeks later, he was back in the car. It was unbelievable. Maybe 6 weeks, but whatever it was unbelievable. And that was the year
to be fair, he wasn't back in the car. They just in the hospital. They just like surgically implanted.
No, dude, he came back to racing that season, and it came down to 1 point between him and James Hunt. But on the last race, the conditions were horrendous, and Niki wasn't willing to put it on the line, and James got the point he needed, or however it plays out. But without the crash, James Hunt wouldn't be a world champion. Niki would have kicked his ass that season. It was an awesome season. That's the one that Ron Howard documented in the, not documentary, because, but in that movie Rush, right?
Moverized.
Mm-hmm. It was a great season, though. Yeah. I'm in a private torrent download site that's all about racing, and I can go at any time and download classic races and rewatch them. And I actually do. It's just so fun, I know, but But I really loved the mechanical engineering and innovation that came through the years in the cars. And I really admire the bravery and driving of the truly top drivers, right? Yeah, I love that stuff.
It is funny, though, about, watching Formula One, how that's changed over the years as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're watching, the modern ones, they'll have like a camera on board the car. They'll show you heads-up display of what's happening with the engine and the revs and the speed, all that stuff. But the old ones, it was just like a guy with a camera as the car whizzes past.
Yeah. There's something to be. There's something to be said about the older coverage where they just weren't trying to stuff more and more and more information on the screen. Just let me enjoy the footage, the sound. Oh, I miss the sound of the old race cars. Those screaming like 19,000 RPM engines. Oh, I miss that so much.
But I do love the potential of the future, especially with like virtual reality headsets and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
You could be watching the race. You could we talked about this before, but you could have like a Scare Electrics track in your front room, and you can watch the cars going round like that. And then you can just switch with a little flick of a switch.
Yeah.
You could be in the car. With the headset on, you could actually be in it with a 360 camera. You can look around it, and it'd
be awesome.
The audio will be right in your head. God, that would be incredible.
Well, when you're talking about this, I'm not a fan of things like VR. I can't imagine myself sitting around with this big helmet thing on. But when it comes to simulated auto racing or just more arcadey stuff, it's the one time when VR would be awesome, I think, because
incredible.
Yeah, instead of having the 3 monitors trying to replicate the side windows, because it doesn't really work, the middle window would have to be, all strange, like a windshield in shape. But in a VR headset where you can really turn and see your opponent as you're going through the corner, that sounds badass to me. It's been a tempting idea.
Well, the thing is, you shouldn't be worried about carrying around a big helmet because you're already carrying one big helmet. But you can imagine if the car's got like a 360 camera on the top of it, and you can, like you say, you can actually like get up and look around you.
Yeah.
Not like the driver can do that because he's concentrating, but you could be like the passenger and you go, oh look behind you.
Oh yeah.
Watch all the other cars trying to overtake you. Oh, look at that!
and to anybody in Formula One, if you're listening, or IndyCar, listen to this one. You guys are all missing a trick on a paid service you could be selling, because what they should be doing is they should be doing a thing where you can now be a passenger in a car for the race, and you can switch from car to car in your VR helmet, and that I don't understand why that doesn't exist.
And if you pay extra on the subscription service, you get to whisper into the driver's ear, "Go faster, go faster." Take it.
Annette, can you set a reminder for me to kick Chris Lundy's ass? He says in the chat, F1 and Indy aren't the same thing, so just
Oh, I see a ban coming.
Yeah, they look the same.
What's Indiana Jones got to do with racing anyway?
I'm not really sure. He's racing towards great grandfatherhood, I'm sure. But yeah, anyway, racing dangerous, racing fun, racing very expensive.
I don't care.
What is the
are we playing Jeopardy now?
Yeah. I know what I'm trying to get to, but what's the outlook in the UK right now, weather-wise? October 1st, fall's coming on strong. Are people whining about the weather? Are they happy about it?
Well, my British weather forecast is basically
yeah.
And however, I don't know what the symbol, when you see the weather forecast, I don't know what the symbol is for blood, but it's just basically that. And I don't know if people are moaning about it because I don't talk to people. I talk to you, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, it's true. I'm an AI, so
yeah. What's the point in talking to you about the British weather?
In my area, we're still doing really good during the day. If the sun's out, because it's more deserty area, we get up to 26, 27 C, no problem. But once the sun goes down, and I'm in a valley, so that happens a bit earlier, holy, is it already plummeting really good right now. Yeah, you don't leave the windows open all night anymore. No way.
I mean, it was a lovely sunny day today. Not that I went out in it or anything like that. That's that means me. I'm living the vampire lifestyle. So. Trying to figure out at 4:00 in the morning what the thumbnail is going to be for the next day's show.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I didn't even catch on at first. Yeah. I went to the store. I showed you all that I had bought this pipey thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The model of the lady's uterus. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's more of a got. But so I went to the store and They gave me some goop. Well, didn't quite give it to me, but
Goop.
Yeah, to put in it. I don't know what to call this stuff. I'm not hip. I don't know all the names. You know, I'm not one of the cool kids.
I've got some goop I just picked up off the floor from Dixie.
Yeah, no, this isn't that kind of goop. But you see what I mean? It's kind of like toffee.
Yeah.
Right. And Lord thunder and Jesus, is it strong? Holy, you've got to be properly careful.
And they gave it to you?
Yeah. Which is surprising, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure my license qualifies me for that level of strength, but holy, yeah.
It's like handing your baby over to Jeffrey Dahmer, isn't
it? Yeah. Just 30 minutes. I'll be right back. You know?
Your child looks delicious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dude fires up the barbecue.
Where's my baby? Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah. Would baby? You like one bun or two? Oh, God. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's Wax Dab Shatter, AI Alchemist Dab, Mike 71 Resin, Mad Mullet, Wax Dab Shatter. Yeah, it came from that cabinet in the store. They had some stuff that looked kind of granular, almost powdery, and I thought that looked really spillable. And then they had some other stuff that come in a little like squirty type syringe thing, and I just wasn't confident with my ability to meter that out properly. So I just went with the raw deal, whatever this stuff is. I'll have to look on the package. I don't even know. It was good. It was really good. You know, you have to be very careful. Yes. Holy. Yeah, in the chat. Totally granular, dude. That's funny. What are you doing? Cleaning up after your dog?
Yeah, she's just like squatting down on the floor next to me. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh, that should be like, you know, having your own personal floral arrangement to enjoy. More doggy mess. Exactly what I wanted in my life.
Yeah, it's not like no. She's just sitting there. I don't know what she. It's not like it.
Todd Metzger in the chat there. Send me some. Oh, I wish I could. You know, I wish I could. You know, but I have resolved that I won't use that pipe on the show because, you know, YouTube will just literally think I'm doing something ridiculous and flip out, right? You know, I'll never get away with that. You're technically, even though I'm Canadian and you're allowed to, you know, legally in the country, you're not supposed to do anything on YouTube that promotes or blah blahs, anything to do with, you know, things like that. I don't even want to say it because, you know, I don't want to get myself in any trouble here, you know.
But yeah, we're not going to go to our sponsors tonight.
Oh, no. Who's sponsoring us tonight?
Big Mick Dope Den.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if you've noticed in your YouTube feed yet, everybody, but we're back to putting up some community posts and stuff. And we're going to have very active Twitter and Instagram accounts coming up soon, too. So we'll make sure to get the updated information in the descriptions. Oh, man. You ever notice that sometimes beer makes you burp, but other times it makes you burp more, and other times it makes you burp even more still?
Oh, I've never known the categories. This is a category 3 burp.
It was until it hit land.
Better call FEMA.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. They ran out of money.
Who do you think paid for the beer?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember on the last Ukraine show, we had a donation from FEMA in the amount of like $38 million for the beer fund. So, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's gone already.
Yeah. Well, these things happen,
Yeah. Got it, spent it, drunk it.
Sometimes the best thing you can do when you love something is to ingest it liquid.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
No wonder you were divorced.
Well, yeah. Oh, don't even get me going. Yeah. No, my thirst came after. Or actually because of and as a result of, but that's probably a whole different situation again.
I think it's more likely you just remembered how to do it. You relearned old skills.
Yeah. During my divorce and my rebuild, my buddy Molson and I got to know each other real good.
He's a nice guy, Molson.
Yeah. Loves to listen, never contradicts.
He's a lumberjack, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's okay. Sleeps all night and he works all day. There's a bunch of good versions of that song. It's funny because of live performances and whatnot. It's hilarious.
Yeah, not many covers though. You don't get David Grohl doing a version of it, do you?
That could be true.
It's White Snake with I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could just imagine David Coverdale coming out with a new White Snake album now. Yeah.
That is actually kind of funny because you'll get some like some bands like White Snake or something like that. They'll go classical, or you'll get some classical people, classical music. It goes rock.
Yeah.
You never hear like Monty Python sings go rock. Yeah. We have like some screamo band.
Isn't it awfully nice to have a penis?
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't that be great to have a rock cover album of Monty Python songs?
Yeah. Metal Python sings.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. I could see a really good metal version of the accountancy song.
Or even if you think about it, just having like other famous comedians doing their skits, doing some of their famous skits is just like and now for something completely different by other people who are completely different.
Yeah,
just other people's like doing Monty Python. That would be a great thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got some support in the chat here for this too. So
yeah, let's produce it.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna have a little fun.
Yeah.
We have enough viewers and stuff that are like and people in the Shills that are musical and so on to be able to pull this off properly, which would be fun.
Oh, I mean proper musicians.
Oh God.
Famous people have got a name to them, not just us. I know we could do it, but I want to see famous people doing it.
Oh, so we get like Will Smith.
Well, yeah, Will Smith could do some kind of some kind of like soft rap of I don't know what.
Hold on a minute. I'm just hearing from our producer in the back that it turns out if we bring Will Smith in, Chris Rock is not going to attend. So,
we'll get Chris. We'll get Chris Rock to do the comedy skits bit. We'll get him. What we'll get him to do? Crunchy Frog.
We'll get him to slap Will during his rap.
Oh no! We get Will Smith and Chris Rock to do the fish slapping dance.
Yeah. No. Yeah. This next one's called Two Cats Boxing. Oh, that'd be funny. Well, now, DJ Jazzy Jeff, would he come in Will's defense or in Chris Rock's defense? I'm voting Chris Rock.
I don't know what DJ Jazzy Jeff ever did anyway.
Well, Jazzy Jeff was Will's DJ in the early days of his rap. But
yeah, I remember that, but I don't know what he did apart from that. Yeah.
Well, that's just the whole thing. Will had him as like a very extra character now and then in his TV show, but not very much. And then afterwards, he just kind of moved on and left Jazzy Jeff behind because I'm Will fucking Smith, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt that Jazzy Jeff doesn't have a lot of good to say about him.
Yeah, he wasn't in Independence Day, was he?
No. I think they auditioned the dude from the boy band who thinks he's cool. That's quite a few these days, isn't it? You know?
Which one?
Yeah. It's funny.
What, Mark Wahlberg?
yeah, exactly. You know, there's this whole thing where there must be secondary training when you're in a boy band that leads you to try Hollywood as the next step once your band falls out of favor because it's never coming back, right? You know.
I don't know. It only seems to work for Americans. I don't see many people in British boy bands make it across to Hollywood.
That's true. Yeah. And same with your girl bands. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they made it. Oh, no. No. Good. Oh, no. No.
I don't see Mel B in a lot of Hollywood films, dude.
Spice World. Remember the movie?
That wasn't a film. It was a waste of film. You forgot a couple of words, but close.
No sequel. Lazy.
I don't understand them at all. The first song they brought out was "If You Want to Be My Lover, You Gotta Get with My Friends."
Yeah, swingers basically.
Making love forever, friendship never ends. What? Did parents not listen? Because that either means you gotta fuck everybody I hang out with if you want to be with me, or I don't really understand the way Brits talk English. I've never understood that song. When I listen to the lyrics, I'm so confused.
Well, I certainly know part B to your answer there is true. You don't understand English properly. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were on about, but it's
weird.
They got popular.
No.
Yeah,
and
girls can be sluts too.
There's a couple of points in that song where the harmonies actually change the key signature of the song, and I'm not sure anybody meant to. I just don't think that everybody was capable, and they went, you know what? Somebody finally hit one that's at least in key with itself and let it go through, because they do this little da 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 thing, and every now and then it just changes, and it's so awful.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
Well, then we should strip it of its number one status.
I understand how it got to be number one, right? Because the masses just like the little singable melodies and harmonies and stuff, and a lot of people don't give a rat's ass, right? You know, and that's fine. If you don't care, you don't care. I hate it.
I don't think they wrote it for you.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Hey, we got a stupid chat.
Yeah, we got Darren Vaughn in the chat there. Botox fundraiser for Dunk. Make him Goku. That's funny.
Goku.
He's a little dude that was in a cartoon, and then I think he made it onto some playing cards as well.
I've made it onto some playing cards, but I'm usually generally naked.
My son's mom loves anime, so I know the name. I just don't know exactly where it belongs, but I know it's
I shall have to look it up.
Is it Dragon Ball? Is that what Goku is?
Well, that's what I do every morning. I dragging my balls out of bed.
And I was fucking standing up, motherfucker. Yeah, okay. Dragon Ball it is, people are saying. Yep. Yeah, in the chat. MTV is dead. Long live YouTube. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
MTV.
We need to get Sting so he can record. I want my YouTube. Yeah, somebody get Sting a call, will you? Let me know. You know.
I want my YouTube.
I think you got to change the belts on that tape player, dude. There's a bit of wow and flutter in there.
Yeah, there's always a bit of wow and flutter in me. Yeah, I'm just this wow and fluttery guy.
We're two wow and fluttery guys. SCTV, anybody know? Yeah.
Steve Martin.
Yeah. That's a funny one. What do we got? Oh, we're okay for time. Good. I have
what's clock watching? What's
always,
going on here?
It's this weird ingrained habit that I always do now.
It's like you need a $100,000 watch.
I'm just really fidgety, and I'm always doing something. 100. Yeah. I do need a $100,000 watch, but send me the money. I'll order it myself.
Yeah.
From Alibaba. What a criminal that guy is.
Alibaba.
Might have been, but
he was an Arab. Actually, who was Alibaba?
Asian.
Alibaba to me, it just sounds like. I'm sure we had like a British comedy magician called Alibaba. Something in the chat.
It sounds like a news source that's definitely not funded by Israel.
Alibaba is a thing, isn't it? It's some. He says 40. Somebody says 40 thieves. Yeah, well, I'm sure it's like something from those kind of like Arabian Night stories. I'm sure it is.
That's what they scream before they kill their wives.
Allah Akbar. It's a trap.
Yeah, somebody's gonna get pissy now.
Actually, I don't think we've got any Muslims in the chat. Do we have any Muslims in the chat? Do we have any Muslim followers? Because I'm just saying because we don't have a go at you enough. I don't think.
Yeah, but depending on the time, they might not be looking at the screen. They're looking at they got to do the whole point and shoot thing, right?
No, they got to pick their 40 virgins. I love that one.
Did they get to pick them on Instagram now? Is that how that works?
Grinder.
Sorry to be dicks, everybody.
That's not going to go down well with the Quran.
Yeah. No, but I mean, come on. We pick on everybody fair. We're not,
Well, that's what I was asking if we got any Muslims in the chat because, we don't pick on the Muslims enough. Because we got to be fair on who we pick on.
Yeah, the analytics told us that we got quite a few Muslim viewers recently, so we thought we'd thin the herd a bit and be dicks.
We lost 90,000 subscribers.
No, but I mean, if you want to really start picking on any sort of belief or whatever, you've got to go at those Southern American preachers who do that slap in the head, you're healed on stage stuff. Those are some of the funniest motherfuckers out there, man. Those guys are hilarious.
I know.
You know, it's like they're all auditioning to be side acts in Vegas somewhere. You know,
yeah. There was a Steve Martin movie where he played like one of these guys.
Yeah,
and it was fantastic. Just love that kind of like.
Oh yeah,
bullshitting your way through a sermon.
Yeah. You know,
yeah. Yes, I was a sinner. Who do you need? Yeah, who do you need more to speak to you about who has sinned than a sinner? That's how I feel on the stage. Oh my God!
Or what about Eddie Murphy? What about Eddie Murphy's original Coming to America movie where Arsenio Hall plays the preacher? And if loving the Lord is wrong, I don't want to be right. He just gets so into it. It's awesome. Yeah.
I've never understood that. Well, no, actually, that's not true. I mean, these, I don't know what you call them, but they're generally filled with black audiences. What do you call them? Congregation.
Yeah,
and hands in the air, jumping and up and down, tambourine slapping. What do they call that? What do they call that kind of like religious?
They call that a Nirvana concert.
Yeah. But I've never kind of got it, but I just love the enthusiasm in the congregation where you see the people like that. Their hands in the air. I loving the Lord and Jesus.
Jesus, it's like in the Blues Brothers when James Brown goes off, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen the light. Jake just starts tumbling down the aisle, and everyone is just like dancing in the aisles. This is wild. Amazing.
I went to one of those. To one of those churches back in the 80s where it was all big gospel-y but it was just a whole bunch of white bread office working types. It was very strange.
Really?
Yeah. And
can white dudes do gospel?
No, they cannot. It comes out sounding like country music, but this one person like twisted her ankle and kind of had a little fall down, and one dude came over and did the whole power of touch healing. Another person broke out and started speaking in tongues, and I'm standing there. I was with my girlfriend. I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? Blew me away. Yeah, I couldn't believe I actually saw it happen. Yeah. Oh yeah, especially the speaking in tongues bit. Like, why? Really? No. All right. That's what works for you. I'll crack another one.
It just makes you wonder if you could take that sort of thing that's going on and then transport it back 2,000 years. Where Jesus is wandering around Nazareth and blah blah blah. He's got his disciples with him, and he sees that going on.
I know what he said. What the fuck is wrong with you, idiot? That ain't how it works, motherfucker.
But cool beat though.
Yeah. What is that? A Technics 1200? I like that turntable.
What is this tambourine you speak of?
Oh, that's funny.
The other thing as well, because I know quite a few people who were, because I was in the guitar community for several years. A lot of guitar people were part of Christian churches, and they were playing, essentially rock music in churches, which is kind of like ironic because that was always like,
I thought that would make them fall down or something.
That was the devil's music. It was always the churches were against Elvis Presley and stuff like that. Now they play that kind of stuff in churches.
Tipper Gore taught me that God hates rock and roll. You ever see those PMRC hearings where Tipper Gore and Al Gore's wife and a bunch of people were trying to give the music industry shit for finally letting swearing in songs and whatnot, like it was some big deal?
Right.
It was hilarious. Some of the musicians who showed up to speak on behalf of open art were some of the people you would have thought to be the most insane characters, had the most eloquent things ready to present. And wow, it was good.
It's funny. They should go back and read some Chaucer. Medieval writings is full of filth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like the Protestants and that Martin Luther guy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Heather Wiley in the chat. Dee Schneider smoked them. You're damn right he did. The singer from Twisted Sister was one of the most famous talkers at that. And another one was Frank Zappa himself was there and gave them a fucking talking down. But so did somebody. But there was another musician who showed up. And they're not somebody who swears or does anything bad in their music. And they couldn't stand the thought of censorship in music as well. I can't remember who that was.
Was it the Carpenters?
Yeah. It was Mother Teresa,
Yeah, no, it was what's her name, Carpenter. She just came looking for a skinny lunch.
Yeah, just looking for one last, gasp. But yeah,
just that little cracker.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm full.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up to see. I can't remember who it was. Kenny G. Was it really Kenny G?
Kenny G.
He's that guy that plays the wind instrument that pisses everybody off when he walks into a room.
I'm trying to think. I know the name. Kenny G.
Was he a sax player? He had really long, flowing, somewhat curly hair, like he had an 80s perm,
It wasn't Ice-T, was it?
He did a song about the whole thing. Oh yeah, he ripped Tipper Gore a new one.
Yeah, but he mimed it. He didn't. He didn't sing it.
Yeah. I remember. Soprano sax, Kevin says. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Kenny G. He was all over like adult FM radio when he came around. Oh, yeah. John Denver. That's it. Heather Wiley in the chat. John Denver showed up at Congress and was absolutely appalled at the idea of music being censored and stuff. Yeah, that's who it was. It was John fucking Denver I was trying to think of. My son, if he was here, would flip out because he loves John Denver.
I'm sure that's not his name.
Yeah. But yeah, and John Denver was Rocky Mountain High, and he was just like a folk country kind of guy, right?
Sweet songs about
Yeah,
his breakups and his miserable life and his marriage.
He was never somebody that was just going to go, Rocky Mountain High, fuck you. That was never going to come out of his mouth. But he couldn't stand the thought that others weren't able to express themselves as they want, right?
Oh, couldn't we have some fun with AI now?
Yeah.
John Denver After Dark.
Well, South Park did it, the John Denver experience at the county fair, and everybody got on a plane, and then it just smashed into the ground as the arm went back and forth.
Why is it when I ever try to shock value the audience, you always seem to come in with that was done in South Park.
But
it's like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but South Park even did an episode where everything went to shit because everything they tried to do, The Simpsons had already done.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was really funny. Sorry, Simpsons did it.
Oh, I can't wait for the South Park episode where they're mocking us.
Oh.
they do a parody of the Shills show.
That'd be funny. Yeah, they'd probably have the guys from Rush, all beat me senseless. And for you, it would be like Oasis and some cricket player,
Oh, Darren, you sent a super chat. You didn't need to do that. You sausage. He said,
oh,
yeah, read it out. Go on.
No, you should,
Sorry, I meant Grogu from Mandalorian or Baby Yoda.
That changes it a bit.
Not Grogu. Hang on. Why would I need Botox to look like a baby? Mm-hmm. Don't I need things sucked out? Don't I need liposuction or something?
Well, to be honest, you're a bit of a thin-lipped motherfucker,
No. Well,
it's the you got to talk to go on the screen.
I didn't know we were going to get fucking personal tonight. Jesus Christ.
The green of the hairs on the lip and the lip itself being green, you can't tell where the mustache ends and the lip starts. So it just looks like you've got that Taya Leone thin little lip thing going on.
Oh, so all right. So you want duck lip dunk? You want pouty? Shave
that soup straining fucking thing and show the world who you are. He's having a stroke. Do you see this?
I've got two expressions: this or this. I could go on camera with that, just make people sick.
If you want to see any more, you got to sign up to his OnlyFans. We're only here for advertisements. It's not the real deal.
Let's do my OnlyFans subscriber push from 1, which is just me, just to make sure anybody's watching, to 2.
I think actually after the after show on OnlyFans, Dunk's having a pick an ear night. So maybe you'll get your favorite ear. Who knows?
I'm the only person on OnlyFans who takes the name to heart by only having a fan.
Yeah, and it's your own sock account. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's my only fan.
Yeah, the world is a funny place.
Hey, we could set up a new OnlyFans thing where you can have OnlyFans, but you're only allowed one person to be a fan at a time. But you charge them $100,000 a day.
I was trying to finish burping so I could get that fucking joke out. Damn it.
You know what they say? Great minds think alike, and fools seldom differ.
True enough. I hate that vape thing. I'm trying to get used to it, but I hate it.
Well, just gotta learn to suck on things. Work your way up. Work up from little sweeties to full on cock.
I can happily say, yes, this is my problem. I am no good at sucking on things.
You're good at sucking, but
Jesus Christ. And here's why I'm looking at the clock to see how long we've been going.
How much long? Yeah, my therapy starts in like half an hour. I gotta call my therapist after talking to Doug. He said some mean things about me.
I'm going to text your wife and call for the van. Have him taken away.
Oh, again. Yeah. The last time I was dragged out by guys in masks and dragged into a van, they threw me out. Just got bored listening to me. I couldn't even keep a show going up with 4 people in a van. Yeah, they had to kick me out.
Yeah. Can't rape the willing.
It didn't help that I just kept asking them to share, like, and subscribe.
Oh, that's funny. If only, eh? If only. So, let's see here. We got a show coming up for Ukraine tomorrow. I have no idea what's going on. I'll get a hold of everybody tonight and see who's going to be there and stuff.
Well, I can tell you what's happened, because what happened is like this country called Russia, right? It kind of like invaded Ukraine.
Yeah.
And Ukraine don't like it, so they're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping you up, with the news.
Ukraine lost a town in a somewhat critical area, and it's not insignificant. We'll be talking about that tomorrow for sure. Yeah. There's the real push and shove thing going over there right now. I hope there's more push than shove coming up soon. I do think very much that the disinformation campaign from the Putinists, as well as a couple of their allies, is ramping up with the U.S. federal election coming up soon.
Oh, really?
It's real. I notice the main Google News page for the bottom of Canadians. Anyway, I don't know if it's the same for you guys. There's always some fact checks, and basically every one of them now is fact checking Russian bullshit or some bullshit about the whole thing with Israel and everybody. It's literally everything about conflict is so propaganda filled right now. There's these social media accounts posting gas station fires and stuff that are actually from like 3 years ago and stuff. Oh, look what happened and blah. It's such bullshit going on right now. And, as we keep reporting on the 42 show, all these AI tools are not going to make this any better.
No, it's getting messy. There's just like, what do they call it? The AI slop.
Yeah.
Just information that is just like this AI generated.
Yeah.
And you're just wading through it
to
try to get to actual information.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on there.
Absolutely. So it's
what's this thing we just got at the top of the chat there? I can't read. The white text in a white box.
Yeah, why does it look that way? I can't read it either. It says something about in time, and yeah. Nick's probably going late live on a show coming up.
Oh, he's going to do a tear down of the Shills. Yeah.
He's going to do a reaction video. Yeah.
These guys talk shit.
If he did that, I would literally just call him repeatedly, let me on, or I'm not going to stop bugging you.
He never lets me on his shows.
Well, no, he has.
I never ask. But
Yeah. No, but with Nick, I was going to say he has good taste because he doesn't let you and I on. But I actually think it's more of a fear of competition. So, it's one or the other, right? Who am I to say?
How the hell can you do a serious news show with just us just like fucking hanging around? Just like, whatever.
Could you imagine Nick trying to dig into a news topic and I'm in the background going, yeah, but I'm sure he's a homosexual for hire or some bullshit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Jake Dawson's on Fox News.
Holy man, he would get so pissy with me, it wouldn't be funny.
Oh, like next time, Stephen Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel, taking like a week off or whatever, we should just write. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do the show for you.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, No, but I'm a big fan of Nick. You know, him and I are pretty close. Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, he even made me porridge in the morning. Yeah.
He poured what into your what?
Oh, it had something to do with a bad radiator. I still don't know.
He poured what into your Rich?
Yeah, something was overheating. I don't know. Best move on.
I just didn't know you were into bears, but you know, whatever.
Well, you know, it hasn't been a Bigfoot sighting in a while, so got to do what you can.
Oh, that's a thing talking about bears. They've got the fucking fat bear competition going on. I say it's a competition. Well, I don't even know what it is. You know, the fat bear thing that's, you know, where people are watching bears eat salmon and catch salmon and who's going to become the fattest bear.
What is this, like a sport in New Zealand? I'm kidding.
Is it Alaska? Is it Alaska where the bears are doing this? Yeah, they have it every fucking year, and yeah, they just like watch bears, and people's like vote for the winner of the who becomes like the fattest bear.
Yeah. As a walking, talking sack of meat, it's a really good thing to approach bears that are fattening up for hibernate. That's brilliant logic.
No, you don't approach them. You don't get like, it's not like you sit down and have interviews with them. Or
I thought they were playing poker.
No, they just watch them on cameras.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably safer. No. Yeah, because you don't want to introduce food to hungry bears. It doesn't. They don't respect cameras, I don't think.
I think there was some controversy this year because one of the bears killed another bear. Yeah, it's like, oh, that's one way to win, I suppose. You know.
Do they have to read the rules first or something? Like, is there?
Yeah, they have to sign agreements and everything.
NDAs, the whole bit. You know. Yeah.
You got sponsorship deals.
It's an A&E show, so and they're not allowed to disparage Giorgio Tsoukalos or Ancient Aliens in any way.
This bear has been supported by HelloFresh. Do you like your salmon nice and fresh from an Alaskan river?
Speaking of which, it's funny. YouTube sponsorship stories. So, BetterHelp got called out recently for giving no help at all and actually being pretty much a sham of a service. And
hang on. Step back. BetterHelp. What's that? What is it?
It's like on-call. Don't ask a question and then provide the answer. Pick one or the other.
Okay. Go on. Tell us. What is it?
But it's a sham of a mental support help thing where you feel like you're getting a psychiatrist, but you're getting somebody that's paid less than minimum wage to work from home on a cell phone that was probably just bricked by Samsung. But it's a terrible service. And what was funny was some YouTubers that are bigger YouTubers, they put their episodes in the bank, and what you're watching actually happened like a month ago in their lives or whatever, you know? And so a bunch of YouTubers had Better Health or Better Help, whatever it is, as a sponsor after they had been called out as a bad sponsor, but the videos are already shot and paid for and legal and whatnot. So these guys had to let them out. And in the comment sections, it was like, oh my God, how could you take their money? And some people like, I'll never watch your videos again. And oh yeah, man. And it really goes to show you might think to yourself, but I'm just a YouTuber and all I have is like an editor and a camera person to help out. Well, if you've got staff, you should have somebody or, that you could at least pay $100 to just look into things for you now and then. You can't just take the money because it's 20,000 or whatever,
Well, there was that thing it was about a year ago, or maybe a little bit longer, when everyone was using that, the Scottish Land Registry thing.
Oh, yeah.
Title. and there was a lot of big YouTubers that we know personally,
yeah,
who ended up, using that, and it turned out to be a big.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hi, man, I'm not, because otherwise I wouldn't have such a cough.
Oh dear. Yeah, down the who's the science man? Oh, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, and they all got called out for it, because it turned out to be a massive scam. Who'd have thunk it? I remember back in the day when it was actually going on, and we had people in our private chat back then saying, "Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, and I've just bought this title, and and I'm saying to them, it's a scam. It's a scam. Even before anybody had to do a video about it to say it was a scam, I was saying to someone, it's a scam. And it's like, okay. The other one of people are like, name a star after you get a certificate because you named a star. Then that's never going to be on any registry.
No, I have a printer.
No one's going to fucking care.
No. I'll rename Big Ben for you. Send me
There's going to be no episode in Star Trek in the future where they go to some planet and there's revolving around a star, Mary Smith.
Yeah, starring Starface.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But yeah, people still buy into it, and
this shit comes so thick and strong too. Like every year or so now on YouTube, you have another scandal of some company who's pretty much fraudulent doing. There was that other one, MKBHD, and a bunch of people promoted it for years, where Skillshare, right? And these people promoted Skillshare like it was some big thing. And MKBHD would do like 3 or 4 videos, and then that was it. His contractual obligation was up. And you ended up with a whole whack of people just putting their YouTube how-to videos up on Skillshare, and you were supposed to pay for it. It was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Notice how you don't see their big advertising that much anymore, right? It's because they don't have the budget anymore. Their whole venture capital rounds are over, and, they're probably failing right now. Oh, speaking of failing, that fucking DNA site, You and Me 123 or whatever the hell it's called.
Okay.
They are in the middle of bankruptcy proceedings, and they're still spewing their corporate bullshit of we respect our users' privacy and blah, blah. But this company is going under, and everybody who registered their DNA with that company to find out their family histories and things like that.
It's sold.
It's being sold, and this is going to be the start of that kind of biological data now being acceptable to be taken from us and sold, just like our cookie data from browsing and stuff. And the biometrics in our cell phones, you watch, they're going to start trying to sell the face imprint and whatnot. Oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I wouldn't be surprised if lower end cell phones go back to having thumbprint readers instead of the more newer Face ID thing that's coming out and stuff, just because that's another metric you can get people on, right? I wouldn't doubt it.
I want to go back so far. You have to give a blood sample to open up your phone.
Yeah. But to me, in my mind, it's just draconian, right?
Just your own sample. Just piss on your phone; it'll open up. It's all right.
Yeah, they'll do it to make sure that you can legally drive after having a drink. But in reality, they'll analyze your urine and put it in a database. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then they tell you off because you're drinking too much. And
yeah, but it's pretty scary when you think about all the information they get, 1 second here. Oh, I have to actually get up. Damn it. Hold on 1 sec.
Oh. Timing, because I'm What's he doing? Okay, so he's back.
Yeah.
All right, I was gonna.
What you talking about, Willis?
Nothing. I was. He just picked your moment because I was literally just like pouring myself a drink and.
Yeah. Oh yeah. NA in the chat for $6.66. Like the movie Gattaca. Yeah, very much. Very much. Good call. I like that movie. That's
a great movie.
That sits in my memory as like a very happy. I'm so glad I watched that movie. You know?
It's a hard watch. I don't think I'd go back and watch it again.
I barely remember watching it, and I think I could rewatch it and have it pretty much be new at this point, which might be cool.
It's actually funny because Gattaca was a movie, looking into the future, where at this moment it's actually looking very much in the past.
Yeah,
it's like you see the science fiction pictures of space pirates climbing into the rocket ship, but instead of having a knife in their mouth, they got a slide rule. It's like that's the future. Oh no, the future is suddenly really old.
Yeah. There's a classic intro for showing Battlestar Galactica in 1978 as a rerun on TV in Canada, and the guy says, "Who knew the future would look so 70s?"
This is like chips, but the chips fly.
Yeah. Oh God, I remember a Anthony Robbins, whoever it was, infomercial from back in the 80s, or maybe it was the 90s or something. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, it was late 90s probably. And it was follow my program and you'll be a better person and more successful. And they had Eric Estrada as one of the people. And he was like, I followed the program and that's when I landed the TV show Chips. Yeah. It's like, yeah, but you never did another damn thing in your life.
Yes, he did.
What?
I can't remember.
Of course you can't, right? All he ever did was smile and go, "Look at those teeth, baby."
No, he did something else. I can't remember what it was, but he did do something else. But he just paled insignificance next to the glorious, up on a pedestal series that Chips was. You can't beat that.
He probably played a criminal on T.J. Hooker once,
Yeah. Oh, I love those shows where like 90% of the footage is shot by the second camera unit, and it's not even him on the motorbike. He's just there. He comes in at the end of the day just to do the close-up shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Or literally when they're shooting Chips, they're like on the back of a rig that's being dragged along along the road in the and they're sitting on the motorcycle that are just like nailed down to the rig.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they get told to do that horse thing, a bit. Oh yeah,
love it.
It's like in Battlestar Galactica 1980 when they found Earth and they had those motorcycles that could fly.
Yeah.
Those were
Chips fly. Yeah.
It was the same, exactly what you're describing, because they do those close-ups and it's just hilarious, right? You can almost see the hand of the girl who's got the cotton candy as a cloud and she has to walk past, right?
Yeah, no, you're talking Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so bad. That 1980 Galactica one. Oh, bad.
Dum.
Yeah.
Savior of the universe. Yeah.
Public Enemy, the rap band. They used that intro for one of their songs on "It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back."
Yeah, and now we use it in the UK as it was a cleaning mop for Flash.
Really?
Yeah. How many fucking years did it take them to realize? Oh, Flash. We sell, a mop that cleans the floors, and it's called Flash. How many years did it take them to go? Wait a minute! I see a connection here. Yeah, they finally do it, and now it's ruined. It's ruined that whole fucking album.
Maybe it went the other way though. The rights holders were like, "No, we want more because you're going to kill it. No, we want more," and finally everybody gave in.
Yeah, we had to wait. We had to wait for a few more members of Queen to die before we could let.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Brian May is looking like he may be short on time these days.
Really?
Yeah.
He's short on hair.
Surprisingly, not. But he looks like one of the few people from complete stardom that hasn't rebuilt their face with cosmetic surgery, and he's got some aging going on now.
Okay, I've seen him for a while.
Yeah, I imagine he's got like some finger issues playing guitar at that point. I mean, I feel it in my 50s, right?
Of course,
so
of course he has.
Oh yeah, that'll be one of those things where somebody like Steve Vai, who was like the ultimate guitar shredder for a time, will not even be able to play like an Eric Clapton riff eventually, right? That'll be odd.
It's almost like it's good when these guys die young, because we can't be remembered as like the old crippled guitarist who couldn't play a note.
Yeah. Man, you go back to the late 60s, early 70s, a lot of them bowed out before they even had the chance, right? Rock and roll was a completely vicious animal back then. Just sucked people up and spit them out.
It's even I wouldn't be at all surprised with a lot of people who are still playing live now, and I use air quotes. I can't do it here on my avatar, but I would use air quotes that aren't actually playing the music themselves.
Oh, there's so many of them that have been caught out for this in the last 10 years with these reunion tours, right? It's so bad.
Yeah.
But
they shouldn't even hide it. That's the thing. They shouldn't pretend.
Right.
We accept it. You're old, and you just don't pretend that you're the guy up front playing the guitar. And
that's right. That's right.
Just accept it.
There's
some other guy.
And we have the tools to analyze the performances and see that it was all so perfect. The human voice can't actually do that and stuff in this day and age. So, why play the game at that point?
Oh, it wasn't in the Eagles. I was talking about that. They pointed out, they showed that they've been using the same fucking backing track for years.
Yeah. Yeah, Don Henley, though, he's so money hungry as it pertains to the Eagles music that he still doesn't understand that he would actually make more music by letting YouTube channels that are monetized play his music.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably stupid.
Let people cover it.
Yeah. I mean, you take a YouTube channel that has 50,000 subscribers, and they put out a video analyzing a Eagles song or something, and they get, maybe 10,000 views or something. 10,000 views monetized through YouTube and then shared to the Eagles because their music was in the video is so much more revenue per person in your pocket that listened to the video than it is per person in your pocket from any service like Spotify.
Yeah.
It's way more money, but they block it as if you're ripping them off. Or what they'll do is they'll put a copyright claim on our stream if we were to play their song. And instead of sharing the revenue, because let's say we do a 2-hour show and we show their song for 3.5 minutes. Well, they want all the revenue, not a share. That's not fair either.
No,
right?
absolutely not.
Yeah. You know, I mean, we used to get away with doing DJ nights where we would just talk about music, play music. And, you know, the one night on New Year's Eve, we got 95 copyright claims. But we got a lot of viewers. So 95 bands shared the copyright over that big long stream with lots of people seeing an ad when they showed up to start watching it. And it was fair for everybody. If we tried that now with half of those bands, we'd get kicked off YouTube. But some of them are now learning that it's actually in their best interest to let it happen.
So what happened? So what would happen if I just sang "Welcome to the Hotel Californication"? we'll have two bands at our throat now.
I think David,
and they can fight it out amongst themselves.
Yeah, no, I think the singer from the Chili Peppers, along with David Duchovny, just got a hold of Don Henley, and they're all preparing our deaths right now.
Oh yeah, just send out a hitman for just my singing. You bastard!
Yeah, your avatar is going to have a hatchet in its head any second now. Yeah. But it's crazy because all we would be doing is sharing their music with you guys. You could enjoy it. Maybe some of you, we like, I always play some obscure shit and people don't really know it. And they go, wow, that was cool. Yeah. And we're not trying to steal from anybody. We're just sharing it. You know, it's not theft. It's not. Right? You know, we're basically just filling in for the radio that nobody listens to anymore. You know, I don't get the problem. And I'm a former musician. I understand exposure. You know,
it's theft if you hold a paid ticket venue and you play their music, but people have paid money to you personally, to come and listen to music, and you're not paying off the PRS rights to the music you're playing. That's theft.
Yeah.
But when you're not charging people and you're just sharing it to everybody, the money gets shared by YouTube, whatever.
Right. Now, I understand if we have a monetized channel and we're making money because you see an ad when you join the show, right? You know, or if you're a YouTube premium subscriber, we get a little cut of that because you watched our show. And I totally understand that we should be sharing that with the copyright holders of the music.
Yeah. But like you say, what would happen is if you played Hotel California and a whole bunch of like Canadian obscure bands, well, the Eagles will get the entire stream.
Yeah,
they would cut. They would blanket.
No, it's
the monetary. You know,
no, but it's even more than that because Don Henley wouldn't even allow it. The Eagles are not allowed to be shown by channels like ours, and our stream would be blocked within.
Okay. So, but say they did. They would take all the money from the stream and all the other people that you had.
They can't. YouTube automatically divvies it up fairly between those that put a claim on the show.
I imagine it's one of those sort of situations who shouts the most gets the most.
Yeah, no. It's all done evenly by YouTube, which I do agree with. But Don Henley's problem is if we went all internet radio and just did a 2-hour drunken stream playing music, in Don Henley's mind, an Eagles song is way more valuable than some other band. And that's his problem, right? You know?
Well, let's do an ABBA night then.
There's even a few obscure Canadian bands that won't let me show you their music. And that makes no sense because nobody's watching their music. They're not earning any money from it. Why are you blocking me? You need the exposure. Like, it makes no sense, you know?
Yeah. It's like, like radio shows would be like shut down because you played our music, you bastards.
Exactly. Yeah. We want $100,000. No, here's 37 cents. We played it once, you know?
Yeah. Well, why aren't they buying our singles? Just because nobody knows it.
Yeah,
nobody's heard it.
Exactly. It's unbelievable. It makes no sense to anyone because, like, I remember trying to be an up and coming band and stuff. And the one thing you wanted was exposure. You wanted people to hear your music. You didn't give a rat's ass if 1,000 radio stations played it and you got $20. You didn't care, right? Because you got to get somewhere,
That's the thing. I mean, if Don Henley, or just people like him, because you get people who do like album reviews, right, on YouTube. And people review the album. They're not like playing the album,
right,
and listen. So you just
some do.
You just listen to it.
Some of these channels actually just watch the whole song and then talk for 3 minutes as if somehow that counts as fair use.
Yeah,
that's not.
That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, that should be taken down.
Yeah.
But just somebody who's reviewing that. So say they review Hotel California.
Yeah,
and that channel just gets taken. Well, the show gets taken down.
Yeah,
as you can't see it. But what would happen is people go, "Oh, that sound. I'm new to this.
I know.
I'm actually a young kid who's never come across an Eagles album, and I would love to listen to this on an LP, a vinyl, and I had to pay extra because it's a vinyl." Blah blah blah,
and it even affects the big tubers, dude. Just like you're saying, because like somebody like Rick Beato, he can't do a "what makes this song great" about the Eagles because they keep striking his videos down. But he's got 3 million subs and gets massive viewers and would bring so many people to the Eagles. And then those people would listen to them on Spotify. They'd get more streams, more money, yada yada, blah blah. You see what I'm saying? It's literally.
Is it just the old guard? Because we talk about the
it's all the old folk.
It's fucking old music. It's really old. It's nearer Mozart than it is modern day music. It's so old.
Even the old Canadian early 80s band Loverboy are a total blocker. They will not let me share their music with you without getting in shit and blocking the stream. And yet, when you look on even their YouTube channel, they have a few million views of the video and it hasn't gone up in years, right? Like it's not going anywhere. Let me show people who you are, you fucking dumbasses.
I bet you could play a shitload of Taylor Swift stuff and get away with it because well, maybe not Taylor Swift, but it's like a modern band.
Yeah,
they go, we're getting recognition.
Well, we could probably show one of her live performances, but we could put the title, the spring swimwear collection from so and so. That would probably, get us around it.
Yeah, but we'll be doing it for the wrong reasons, though.
But but I don't promote stealing content in any way. I don't think that's right at all. But I don't believe that sharing for that, if like Super Chat Matt, he'll clip a thing from our show and put it on his channel. He's not stealing the content. He puts all credit to the Shills, blah blah, the whole bit. It's not stealing. It's promotion. The fuck,
hang him up. String him up, hang him.
It's not a bad thing. It's okay, Yeah. Anyway, it's been a long rant, but
you had fun.
Yeah. You get movie studios and stuff that are the same way. How dare you? How dare you? Yeah, but you're not making a dime off this property anymore. Would you like me to make it popular so that the streaming services actually want it again? I don't see a problem there, Yeah. But the old folk that run these companies always miss the play. like digital audio tape when it was introduced in North America. It was in the courts for years because it could make digital copies of commercial music. And oh my God, that's going to bankrupt us and whatnot. And only shortly after it finally made to market, we had Napster and stuff going on right?
Yeah, the digital audio revolution fell behind very, very quickly once the computer can just do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. The whole industry was focused on digital audio tape as if it was the enemy, without realizing that once you digitize audio, all you need is big enough storage and your computer can hold it. They missed that entirely and went after the physical media.
I do remember the early days of sharing music digitally through MP3s.
Oh, me too.
They were like 2-bit.
Oh, they sounded the worst. It was so bad. Yeah. Yeah. And you would go on like Napster and everybody would be downloading these bad bitrate, terrible files.
And then it's a bit like a slop now, because you ended up with like just everybody sharing just shit copies of stuff.
And you know what the music industry didn't realize was anybody who was actually into music and not just like using Napster to replace the radio was still buying the physical copies. The only people that stopped were people that didn't give a shit anyway. You know, but it did break. And for me, sadly, but it did break the idea of the album. Like, once the internet scene kicked in, you didn't have a lot of mainstream bands doing concept records and records where the songs tie into each other and tell a story. That was all gone because it was literally. And the funny thing is, 1 second here, the music industry flipped a lid when the digital age come around because they were losing full album sales to single track sales. And this was supposed to be some big deal like, oh my God, you're going to ruin music. But all it did was make a few executives less money. The truth is, if you go back in the history of music, the single was the thing that sold, and then the album came on. But the single was the deal for years. They just got rich on the fact that you could have a band that only had a single, but instead of selling them a $4 single, you sold them a $14, $15 album. They loved it.
Well, the album was always like part of the next step to the live tour.
Yeah.
Again, to promote the singles that do really, really well, and you know.
Yeah. But if you go back as well to like the mid 70s, late 70s, where the single was really dying off and the record was really becoming the thing, you hear this thing and you really hear it into the early 80s and whatnot with, let's take, for example, the band Poison. Their first record, Look What the Cat Dragged In, I think it's called. It had that Talk Dirty to Me song. And it had a couple others, and Talk Dirty to Me and a couple of the other hits had an extra layer of production on them. But if you listen to the whole record as a whole, the rest of the record is a little bit more demo sounding. And you can hear that they really only spent the big money on the 3 songs they figured would make it, right? And that's when you can really, you know, dial into the fact that the album was a cash grab for the record industry, not so much the bands until later, right? Oh yeah, it was a huge change. And the digital age just corrected it and brought it back. You know, but I do like, I do miss the concept record, the Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, Rush 2112, and so on. I love that stuff. Oh yeah.
I do remember like downloading some albums. I actually probably already had them, but just getting them on MP3 format was just easy just to download them. But you would get like Pink Floyd albums.
Oh God, the improper gaps and stuff. And is that where you're going?
No. You download it as an album. It was just like one track. Yeah. Well, they didn't split them up. It was just just like an album.
But it had to be that way because you would get that cool sound, and then there'd be a split. And then the next track would start. We don't need no, and that's supposed to flow. And during those days, I remember people would put out the entire track to an album like that. Like you can't,
you can't mess with it.
Yeah, because that ruins it, right? Yeah.
But I've talked about this before, but I've noticed this with when the kids, playing music quite often. They'll have like a playlist of tracks, single tracks. No albums, just single tracks, and they'll skip through intro as soon as he goes to the outro. They move on to the next song.
Oh,
so even then, it's just like the attention span is not enough to actually listen to the
squirrel level. Even worse is they do it while listening on a single speaker Bluetooth mono fucking thing. I'll say this, one of my neighbors will be out having a beer and they'll have the mono Bluetooth speaker, and I'll be like, hey, put on, Dance the Night Away by Van Halen. Great track. And you can barely hear the guitar because it's a mono speaker and it's only playing the other fucking channel.
And you're going, give me 5 minutes. I'll drag out my 40 Marshall stack.
I've got a set of Edifier bookshelves in an milk crate, and it has an extension cord and everything, and I can bring it over and plug it in, and they can pair up to the speakers with Bluetooth. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Okay, you were saying? But that's literally, I can't stand it. What? Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to sell somebody a $200 Bluetooth speaker that's mono? We don't listen to 8 tracks anymore, motherfucker. What the?
It's like going back to AM radio again.
Oh, it's so bad. Why are you doing this to people?
Yeah, when you were saying earlier in the show about people who used to sit around their radio and stare at the radio.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to that again.
Yeah, I hate that crap so bad. I've got a couple of Bluetooth speaker setups in the house, one for my little smoking room and stuff and blah, blah. But every one of them was properly researched to be a proper stereo, so I get a sound stage, whatever you want to call it. But you know what I mean, right? I can't stand that. It's just the worst. I've got just under my monitors here, I've got a set of proper studio reference speakers. I can't, and I got them cheap, make an effort, right? Don't
invite Dick to any barbecues or anything like that in the future. Just don't do it because there'll be an argument.
Yeah. My one neighbor plays this country music stuff, and she goes, "Oh, do you know these guys?" No. Oh, you ever heard this one? No.
Should I?
Yeah. If I'm lucky, I won't hear it at my funeral. So go ahead.
If you do hear it at your funeral, then you're in the wrong place.
That was
You got to ring the little bell.
Yeah.
He's not dead yet.
Excuse me, but can I have a coffee? I can't handle this song. No.
No, you'll have a coffee with your own fucking speaker system built into it.
Yeah. Does anybody have noise canceling headphones? I'm not a country guy, I like some old country, you know, like heroin junkie country from back in the day. Hank Williams and stuff. Oh, they were badass motherfuckers, man. Johnny Cash and those guys back in the day. Yeah, they were. Oh yeah, country was not all clean and sparkly back then.
Well, you mean they weren't wearing like Star Spangled cowboy suits?
Yeah, I'm saying before the Grand Ole Opry and Dolly Parton and the tits and everything, right?
The tits and everything.
Yeah. Oh man, that woman! I don't think she's seen her feet in like 40 years, right? She's got some serious shit going on there. She did an absolutely fantastic cameo on the TV show The Orville. And if you haven't watched it, I can't fucking recommend it enough. It was awesome.
Yeah, you talked about it before. Yeah, she's a cool cat.
Oh yeah,
I would.
Yeah. The person's all like, "Oh my God, it's you," and she's like, "Little old me, no, I just write some songs," and it was just, you could tell it was like, "Yep, that's her." It was really good. It was awesome. I'm not like a big fan of hers, but after that appearance on the show, I became a bigger fan for sure.
She's cool.
Yeah,
she's damn cool. She basically looks better than Madonna now.
Yeah.
And she's what Madonna wished she was,
Yeah. Madonna looks at Dolly Parton and thinks, "Fuck, maybe I shouldn't have had so many love affairs with Coke bottles."
Oh, poor Madonna. Like a virgin.
Yeah, but that song was written so cleverly. It was meant to be unoffensive to parents who were too stupid to realize they're not talking about a virgin being touched like hold your hand, but it was a chick that had just been fucked so hard that she felt like a virgin again. That's what the song is actually about. It's like a virgin, not I'm a virgin. Right? It was in Reservoir Dogs. What's his name tells the story, and he's bang on. He's absolutely right. But it's true,
I don't remember that.
Yeah. And what's his name? He's like, "I don't know what's going on. I got fucking Tommy Chong in one ear and Madonna's big fucking dick in the other." That was awesome scene. That's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life was Reservoir Dogs.
You sure about that?
Yeah, because it did so much with so little, It was really good. Like, I remember watching it the first time. It's one of the few movies that you wish you could see again for the first time, because rewatching it never has what the first time has. And
what you mean like a virgin?
Yeah. But there's that whole scene where Buddy goes off like in the torture mode, and sure, the ear thing is really cheesy, but it's a low budget thing, but it's so good. It's so good. It's very dialogue driven, very, yeah, like that one very much. Huge fan.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Tarantino movies, though.
I'm not a huge fan of him either. I mean,
although I gotta say,
there are some damn good ones, man.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't like Tarantino. He's a bit of a knob, but he does deliver great movie.
Yeah, he's a bit of an Elon Musk now and then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I can't deny he's done some great fucking movies in the past.
Yeah. And he gets away with some really cheesy shit. Like, go back and watch Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
You know where dude shoots at the two dudes and then he does the speech and blah, blah. And, right? There's the famous pose of the two of them with the guns.
Yeah.
The bullet holes behind them where dude misses them, they're on the wall the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't appear with special effects. They couldn't be bothered. Somebody just literally poked the fucking wall with a screwdriver and they just left it on camera.
Mm-hmm.
You got to respect that, right? Because he knows in the heat of the moment, nobody's going to fucking notice anything. And he put them in a shitty apartment where, the odd mark on the wall, nobody's going to notice. Like, it's really well done.
Yeah. No, it's just sometimes he has the ability to
bore the hell out of you.
No, have the story become more important than
or
the way the story is told. It is very, very clever.
Yeah. But
I just don't like the man personally.
Yeah. Like what's that weird movie where at first it's a family that's been abducted in a motorhome, and then it turns into a vampire fight for your life? That was fucked up.
Yeah. I had it on my tongue and it's gone.
It's got Selma Hayek looking hotter than fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, damn hot. Yeah, Dusk Till Dawn.
That's it. Yeah.
Ronnie got it in the chat.
That was like two different movies stitched together. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Hey, we got Annette in the green room saying she's starting to feel ill. Yeah.
Oh no.
Get a baby silly woman.
Yeah, right.
The chat will look after itself.
Yeah. Good night, Annette. Take care. Feel better.
Yeah, but I made you do something.
They have a weird German quirk to their love affair, all about sausages.
Yeah. I brought first your wiener. Hey, I'm all out of booze. Well, without actually getting up and go and get some.
Lord, thunder and Jesus.
Now, what should I get? There's some rum on the table over there.
Oh, run to the rum.
Do I get a bottle of wino?
I would go to the rum. Yeah, it's about time you drank something that didn't come out of a box.
I'm drunk box wine for ages because I can't get it.
Really?
Just can't get decent drinking box wine.
Wow, that's not fair.
Yeah, no. They got like a Spanish Chardonnay down on our local little, which is quite frankly, I wouldn't clean brushes with it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't plan on restoring the old Land Cruiser, but I guess I might as well strip the paint.
Oh, I managed to cross the room with my headphones still plugged in.
Wow. When you came back on the mic there, I wasn't sure if it was your dog or you, but somebody had a moment. What do we got here? Oh, we're at an hour and 50. Lord, thunder and Jesus.
Yeah, we go any longer, we have to start paying taxes.
Oh, you know what? That's true. We're gonna need direct donations to help cover the taxes. Damn
it. Watch the subscribers drop.
Fuck, I've been doing that for a month.
Where you all gone? What's happened to you?
Yeah.
Don't you love us anymore? Come on.
Damn it, man. And I'll tell Granny to fucking, get off her high horse and resub.
This is why we're trying to, yeah. We got to do a subscriber push. We got to do an FTFE thing there. we stream. We will start streaming once we hit 10,000 subs. now, normally we don't beg, but I'm on my knees and I'm not sucking your cock. We're begging for you. Get us to the 10,000 mark. Oh, we'd love you forever.
That was funny. Yeah.
No, I don't take your. I'll let the chat decide whether that was funny or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure you should do that. We should
still here.
I can see the numbers, and they're falling like Bob Gartner coming back to Earth. But we should get the hell out of.
Let's have a flat Earth debate.
What are we going to debate?
The Earth is flat. We're gonna go off. We're gonna go off scene, off piste, and we're gonna debate the Earth is flat and it's not a globe. Yeah.
Okay. Who's doing what?
We'll have to get Simon Dan on or something like that. Or MC Tune.
Oh, he's good. Simon Dan would be a good flat earther. I think we should do that.
He's only.
MC Tunes already been a flat earther. He's got his what does he call that other channel? Chuckle Fuck, where he has the sunglasses or something. I can't remember.
I am so sick of Simon Dan's effort into flat Earth debunking these days.
Effort. You mean scripted effort, right? Let's just
he does a lot of stuff on shorts that doesn't actually come up on his main shows. But it's like, he'll have
I don't want to see him in shorts. I just don't think that's going to be a good look.
Just imagine his YouTube short. There's like 40 seconds of a flat earther saying blah blah blah, this, that, and the other, and then at the end it's 10 seconds of him saying, "No, that's you're wrong."
True.
No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant effort.
Yeah.
It's like
somebody drop a mic. It happened.
It's like a presidential debate with Trump.
Yeah.
No, you're just wrong. Give us some context. Give us something. No, you're just wrong.
It's just wrong. It's like trying to teach somebody from Japan that you can cook the fish before putting it in the rice. No, that's just wrong. So, let's see. We are going to get the fuck out of here. But I'm going to go for a quick munchie mission, get some beers, and then we'll see about a Discord hangout or something. Could happen. No promises, but no guarantees. Yeah. What are you doing? Looks like you're knob gobbling again.
I'm just rolling a cigarette. I'm sorry.
Did you see that thing? His thing was going.
Well, no, I didn't. Well, no, because I was looking at my cigarette. I was looking at the thing.
Sure, you were looking at your cigarette.
No, I'm sorry. It's based. My avatar is based on the camera, and if I'm looking around, it's just going to confuse and blah blah blah. Yeah, so
now he's looking at the right testicle. Before he was looking at the left.
I'm looking at the one in the middle. I can go back to the old avatar. The old just like talky, blinky.
This is why children should not be birthed on Mars. I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what. I'll leave it to the chat. What do you think? Do you like this avatar that goes a bit haywire every now and then, or do you want the old just like static blinky mouthy one?
No, I like the stroke induced one that you're using now. I every now and then he just goes, and it's like, oh, Joe Biden is joining us now.
No, he's not asleep.
So, do yourself a favor. It's still early enough. You can still go and get some more alcohol, and we'll see if you're in Discord or I don't know, just being stupid somewhere, and maybe we'll catch you.
Yeah,
catch up. Why
put something saucy on
fast food restaurants don't put ketchup in like delivery meals these days? And they say, well, you have to ask, but there's never a spot on the thing to put, bring me ketchup, bitch. See? Consumer advice.
Is it?
Probably not, but it was consumerism.
Eat food.
Remember, for every $1 you put in Jeff Bezos' pocket, 12 cents goes to a needy Chinese family or not getting paid enough.
Yeah, we're going to go to our sponsor tonight. Food. Eat food. Beer.
It's good beer. For you. Yeah.
Eat food, drink beer, and be merry.
There you go. Yeah, because Mary's a good person, so you should be like her. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. I'm only Mary on the Saturday nights.
I wanted to be Mary yesterday, but I didn't look good in the dress. It was terrible.